as the GPS is, this is absolutely an A site, and this is where Jesus was crucified. And as we go inside, I want you to just have this visual image I want to give you right now that shows the formation of the church and the excavations. Obviously the topography inside doesn't look anything like it did in Jesus' day when he was crucified and when he was buried. But as the GPS is, and as they've kind of hewn away rock and built foundation and build the church over it, we will be in the exact GPS location. But I want you to see the weightiness of took place for you. In fact, while I do this, take out of your box your little nail here. As we go through this, just go ahead and take that nail and press it into your flesh perhaps, because it'll give you a sense of just the pain that Jesus went through for you. So let's go and see where his cross was and where he was placed in the tomb. We as human beings, we like to memorialize things. We go up and down 71 or 75 and we see white crosses that are there because someone died here and I want to memorialize it. And then as time goes on, we want to make those memorials better. And so it only is fitting that the early followers of Christ were following along in this sort of human way. They were memorializing it, and the best way to do that was by building a church. We see underneath this glass a bit of what this place was initially before we started memorializing it. You can see this stone structure because of this craggy rock that's actually preserved. It looked like a skull. That's what Golgotha means, place of the skull. What people do is they come into this place where there's a round, ornate piece of metal, and they're sticking their hand in because there's a spot that's the size that would have been hewn out for a cross to be dropped in. That's one of the ways the Romans would crucify. They would take up the wooden cross, they'd drop it up, and then they'd hit it with a sledgehammer on the bottom until it got over the hole and sink down in. And when that would happen, every bone in the person's body would be dislocated. This is why the Bible says he was bruised and he was crushed for our iniquities. Yeah, it is. It's the size of a cross. So Golgotha, being higher than this, and then coming down off of that mountain, was where all the tombs and caves were, one of them of which Jesus was placed in, the rich man Arimathea's tomb. People have been putting prayers in this place for a long time. We, in essence, gave a prayer when we texted earlier, an issue we're dealing with. Everyone has issues. Somebody who knows how long ago wrote, "Help me, my Jesus, for my money problem." Some of us have money problems, some of us have physical problems, some of us have emotional problems, but all of us have a sin problem. The sin problem trickles down into these other problems, and this is why Jesus took nails for us. Put that nail right now in your hand. Because when he was there, you were here in his mind. You were there in his mind when he was crucified. And he didn't just die. He died so that we could live. And right now, he's living.